Hey there everyone, it's Joe. Welcome back to my channel. Now, this is only a little video because I actually have got a lot on at the moment, but I did want to make a quick video with a card spotlight for an Opus VI spoiler that, as I'm sure any of you that plays this game and has seen a spoiler already, knows that I'm really quite excited for it because it's a brand new Kuja. Now, I always say that Beatrix is my favourite character from Final Fantasy IX, and there are a lot of other characters, but Kuja is definitely still up there as one of my all-time favourites. He's definitely my favourite villain in the franchise, though Sephiroth is just ever so slightly lower, and Kefka along with him. But going into Opus VI, we've got a little bit of a spoiler season happening right now, and hopefully there'll be some more this weekend at UK Nationals, which I will be doing commentary for, so if you wanted to tune into Square Enix's official Twitch stream, then go ahead and do that over Saturday and Sunday, because you'll see me. And it would be really cool to kind of, you know, get some interaction with you guys. But going back to this particular card, we have a 5CP 9K Ice forward with an EX burst, which is sorely needed in Ice, so I'm very glad to see that, which says when Kuja enters the field, choose a monster or forward your opponent controls, dull it and freeze it. Now this is really good for Ice decks, really good. So, I mean, I'll go into more detail as to like the various things that make Kuja so good, but EX bursts are something that Ice doesn't have in Drows. Jill Nabat is the only one that really sees any kind of play. Maybe Sarah in some Moogle decks does well, but you know, there are very few EX bursts that do well in Ice. Sid Olstein is another one that's very popular, but they're all quite high costing forwards. However, Kuja has a second ability that I'm absolutely in love with, which is while he's in your break zone, you can break 2 ice backups to put him back in your hand. Now, the reason that I like this card so much is not just because he's Kuja. I think that he's so versatile and he answers so many of Ice's kind of shortcomings, few and far between though they are, that the card is just amazing. And I'm always a sucker for the Dissidia NT artwork because as a fan of the game and the art style and the graphics of the game, I really love the way this card looks. So if you'll pick up any foil copies of this, then do let me know because I'm a want 'em. But going back to the abilities, I think that the main thing to remember with that bottom ability is we used to play Deleter in Opus I to break some of our backups so that we could reuse into play abilities like searches or the aforementioned Jill Nabat. So, you know, there's loads and loads of things that you can reuse by, you know, just adding a card to your hand, which is really good anyway. So you can add, he's good in any zone in the game. If he goes into your damage zone, he has an EX burst. If he's in your hand, he is a powerful forward with an enter play effect. If he's in your break zone, you can get him back at any time. He's just useful anywhere. And you know, 2 things that I want to make note of when it comes to his break zone ability. The first one is that it doesn't say that the backups that you sacrifice for him have to be dull, or have to be active, sorry. So what you can do is if you're really pushing for something to play late game, it doesn't have to be Kuja himself, you can dull to get 2 CP for one thing, and then if you're still needing more CP to play something else, you can sacrifice those to pick up Kuja and then just drop it. So you're getting double time out of your backups, which is really powerful in the right hands. It's like, yes, it's a heavy play, but that extra 2 CP could be game winning for you, and that's huge. And then not only that, I think that, you know, having all these different Ice enter play effects, you have Gestalian Emperor Sid, you know, Mog 13, you've got Jill Nabat, you've got Edward. Edward, I think, is a great candidate to sacrifice for him because it's a good card that you're going to want to use more than once. If you've got Harley in your deck, which I've seen a fair few Japanese lists in particular running to make Edward so that he only costs 1, then the amount of value you're getting out of that is crazy good, and it means that, you know, you can use Kuja in like a mid-game setting rather than just a late-game one. And you can also sacrifice Shantotto to this. Yes, Shantotto is traditionally an earth backup, but it is considered to be every other colour while it's on the board as well. So this opens up capabilities for Ice and Earth to make it so that you have that way of repeating Shantotto without having to use, you know, Deleter or something of that like. You can use Kuja for that. And not only that, but if you have a Star Sibyl, you can use the Star Sibyl to play Kuja, and it's like, it just fits. And Ice Earth is a deck that I've been wanting to play for ages. Now, Ice isn't traditionally one of my favourite colours, but despite the fact that Kuja's been in it, and I have played it a couple of times, so I've played more aggressive variants of it, like Fire and Ice, and, you know, Ice Earth I really like. But to see this kind of card, honestly, this Kuja gives me so much life. So much life. But the only thing that I worry about with him is that the high-end CP cost forwards for Ice have a lot of contention already. So as I said, Sid Olstein is a popular choice because in a deck that's, you know, maneuvered around discard, he is really, really powerful, but he doesn't have the persistency that Kuja has. And then obviously in mono Ice decks you have Orphan. Orphan is a 6 CP cost who has a persistent pressure ability. But I think that honestly, even if you only run one Kuja, he's useful no matter where he is. I'd probably say 2, because obviously the risk of him going into your damage zone makes it so you'll never see it, but I don't think you ever need to run 3. Ever. Because I think the fact that he's recurable from your bin, and the likelihood that if both of your Kujas go into your break damage zone, that's not a bad thing with this Kuja, because it can delay things, and you know, dulling and freezing something makes it so that you can make that push that you didn't know you could. So I think in Fire and Ice decks, you know, it could be a viable option. Do I think that this is going to see you play more than the 3 CP Kujas from Opus 3? More than likely, yeah. I think in certain decks where you're granting haste frequently, I still think that 3 CP Kuja is very good. But do I think that this has a more well-rounded kind of approach to it? Yeah, I think it's a really great card. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, and I basically wanted to come up and make a quick video before I trekked off to Nationals on Friday, because I'm so excited for this Kuja. Honestly, this is the card I absolutely needed to see to sell Opus 6 to me, and it gives me life, and I'll keep saying it because I love it. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So do subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I will speak to you guys soon, maybe even this weekend. So hopefully I shall see you guys again soon. Thanks very much. Bye.